Of Awesomeness, honorary co-chief officer of Awesomeness, Annie Tran, who tweeted her way to New York City. She's the one who won the contest with the free trip to New York and to the 140 Characters Conference, and I told her if she did win the trip that I would make her honorary chief officer of Awesomeness, and so here she is. Thank you, Annie, sharing the stage with me. Okay. So would you mind if I shared the story with you of how we got to now, why we are here today? And it turns out it started in 300 BC. A guy named Euclid got the ball rolling for social media. He was a Greek mathematician, and he is the father of geometry. So if you hate geometry, you can blame Euclid. He wrote a book. It was a textbook called Elements, and believe it or not, that book, Elements, was used as a mathematics textbook up until the late 19th century. He had a book with a shelf life of 2,200 years. I'd like the book royalties on that, right? So about 100 years later, an Indian mathematician by the name of Pingala first described binary numbers, and so he was the father of binomial theory. I drew that on my iPad, by the way, because I couldn't find a Creative Commons picture of Pingala. So then we got busy for a while. The world got distracted with the Roman Empire, the birth of Christ, birth of Christianity, the Middle Ages. But in the 1640s and 1650s, Blaise Pascal took Euclid's geometry and Pingala's binary numbers, and he created some binary coefficients that he formed into Pascal's triangle. You've probably heard of that. And then he used that to create the very first mechanical calculator, which is the forerunner of computer engineering. And Blaise Pascal is the father of computer engineering. In the mid-1800s, there was an English mathematician named George Boole. And he developed some differential equations that he called Boolean logic, which is the way, it was very instrumental in the way that digital computers run. And George Boole is the father of computer science. Claude Shannon is the father of information technology. Just before World War II, he wrote what has been called the most important master's thesis ever written. And he took Boolean logic and he applied it to electric circuits, giving us the foundation for digital circuits and digital computers. In 1988, Al Gore invented the internet. Okay, what he actually said was, I initiated the creation of the internet when he co-sponsored a bill that formed this networks that connected libraries and universities. And then in 1992, he sponsored another bill that opened up the internet to commercial entities, and then you and I could get on the internet. That's the first year I got on the internet. Mark Zuckerberg, in October of 2003, he hacked into the Harvard computer system and created FaceMash, where he let Harvard students vote on pictures of two competing Harvard students and judge which one was hotter. And that inspired him to create the Facebook in February of 2004, which is our Facebook of today, with nearly 680 million individual accounts, including 41% of the U.S. adult population. All that so that this past Friday at 10:28 a.m. local time, Iron Horse Vineyards could post to their Facebook page, Food Truck Friday. Dim Sum Charlie's will be here today with dim sum, noodles, and pork buns. And now we're brought up to speed from Euclid to Dim Sum Charlie's. Now, I shared that particular update not because that's not how I remember Iron Horse Vineyards. That's how I remember Iron Horse Vineyards. I took that picture with my iPhone. It's mine and my wife's must stop when we visit the California wine country. It's set in the rolling hills of western Sonoma County, and we go there specifically to enjoy a glass of sparkling wine and look at that view right there. So here's the deal with these now tools. With Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, we get distracted into the now, into Food Truck Fridays. When you go to Twitter, there's this window there that asks you a question, right? What's happening? When? Now. And so we spend a lot of time on now. And it goes back to something that my wife told me one time. Take out the trash. No, she said that, but that's not what I'm talking about. We were stuck in some stop-and-go traffic in Houston one time, and there was this guy leaning on his horn, right? You know the guy. And it wasn't affecting anything, of course. But my wife, she got very angry, and she said, he's honking just to be honking. Except she was born in Texas and spent all but 2 years of her life in Texas, so it came out, he's honking just to be honking. She sounds a lot like that. So I think that's what happens with these now tools. Sometimes we get caught up honking just to be honking. Let me show you something about the guys that I showed you earlier. Euclid, the father of geometry. Pingala, the discoverer of binomial theory. Pascal, the father of computer engineering. Boole, the father of computer science. Shannon, the father of digital computing. Gore, the initiator of the internet. And Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook. I bet these guys didn't spend a lot of time sharing links on Twitter and posting Food Truck Friday updates. And that's what these now tools do. They distract our brand. They delay the future of our brand, because really now is not your brand. Now is the future of your brand. You're not here today because of what you did today. You're here today because of something that happened in the past. And on June 15th, 2012, you won't be where you are because of what you did that day. You'll be there because of what you did today and the succeeding 365 days. And so that's the danger of these now tools. So what I'm trying to say here is spend less time honking just to be honking. Spend some time on the future of your brand. What are you doing that you could be the father of, the mother of, the creator of, the initiator of? Spend some time on that rather than sharing links. Because honking just to be honking, that's not the future. Now is not your brand. Now is the future of your brand. And I hope that you will choose awesomeness. My name is Jay. May God bless you and your business, and He can, because God is big enough. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.